Twin Sisters Digital Media presents Dumpy the Dump Truck, written by Kathy East Dubowski, illustrated by Mark Samuels. Dumpy the Dump Truck. Dumpy the Dump Truck lived in a granite quarry. How he loved his work! Nothing made him happier than to carry a big load of rock and dump it into a great big pile. Dumpy was proud of his work, too. It made him feel very special and important. One morning, Dumpy's driver Joe came to work early. "We've got to haul some gravel today," he said. "We'll have to make several trips, though. It's a big job." "Fine with me," Dumpy wanted to tell Joe. "I am big and I can do a big job." Joe shifted Dumpy's gears. "This is a big hill," thought Dumpy, "but I am big and I can climb it." Honk, honk! Out on the road, a huge truck honked at Dumpy to pull over so he could get by. "Look at me," boasted the truck. "I can carry a whole house. I'm much bigger than you." Soon, Dumpy reached the job site. Sadly, he dumped his load of gravel. "I thought I was big," Dumpy cried, "but that truck was much bigger. I guess I'm just a little dump truck after all." Whistling a happy tune, Joe drove Dumpy back to the granite quarry for another load. After a while, Dumpy began to feel better. "I may not be big," he decided, "but I am really strong." And by the time Dumpy was loaded up, he was happy again. "Come on, Joe," he wanted to say. "I can carry more than that." Roar! On a corner lot, Dumpy saw a huge crane working on a new office building. "Look at me!" shouted the crane. "I can lift these heavy metal beams 100 feet into the air. I'm much stronger than you." When Dumpy reached the job site, he felt so bad he didn't even enjoy dumping his load of gravel. "I thought I was strong," he cried, "but that crane was much stronger. I guess I'm just a weak little dump truck after all." On the way back to the granite quarry, Dumpy felt sadder than ever. But after a while, Joe's cheerful whistling began to make him feel better. "I may not be big, and I may not be strong," he decided, "but I am really fast." Vroom! Out on the road, an ambulance zoomed by, its red light flashing. It was taking someone to the hospital and was going much too fast to even speak to Dumpy. "Wow," thought Dumpy, "that ambulance was really fast." And when Dumpy dumped his load of gravel at the job site, he felt slow and clumsy. "I guess I'm just a slow little dump truck after all," he decided. Back at the granite quarry, Dumpy felt so sad. He didn't even enjoy the gravel pouring into his truck bed like he usually did. "Everyone is bigger and stronger and faster than I am," he whined. Suddenly, he didn't feel special or important at all. "Come on, Dumpy," said Joe happily. "Only one more load to go." Beep, beep! At the stoplight, a little red car pulled up next to Dumpy. She looked over at Dumpy and frowned. Dumpy was so dusty and muddy by now, you could hardly tell what color he was. "See how shiny I am?" bragged the little car. "See my glossy red paint? I'm brand new." When the light changed, the little red car sped off, leaving Dumpy in a cloud of fumes. When Dumpy reached the job site, he felt very down. How wonderful it would be to have a shiny new coat of paint, he thought, sighing. Suddenly, he heard Joe's voice. "Look, Dumpy!" Where was Joe? Dumpy looked up. There was Joe. He was standing on top of the biggest pile of gravel Dumpy had ever seen. "Good job, Dumpy," said Joe. "Did I do that?" thought Dumpy. He could hardly believe his eyes. He had been so busy comparing himself to all the others, he hadn't paid attention to all the work he was doing. "It's as big as a mountain," thought Dumpy. It had taken him many trips, and it had taken him all day long. But Dumpy thought it was the biggest, most beautiful pile of gravel he had ever seen. That night, Dumpy sat in his garage at the granite quarry. "I may not be the biggest, the fastest, the strongest, or the newest," he thought, "but I sure can get the job done." And so, feeling very special and important, he went to sleep with a great big smile on his face.